Hello, welcome to SwitchedOn. Paul speaking, and today going to be having a look at Crysis, which comes from Crytek Games. Came out this week, so big thanks to those guys for sending me over a little copy to have a look at. You're probably aware of Crysis. It was released about 13 years ago on the PC and had such heavy specs at the time that it just melted people's PCs. I tried to run it myself back in the day, and yeah, same results. Ran at about 5 frames a second for 10 seconds, and then just blew my PC up. So yeah, didn't get a chance to play this one back in the day. Obviously, came out on PS3 and 360, a remastered version, and I didn't get around to picking it up on there. So this is kind of my first experience with playing Crysis. It's going to cost you about £27 on the UK store, and I think about $30, though I haven't got a American price at the moment. And obviously, as you can see, it's a first-person shooter game. It's a story-driven game, so it's not an open-world game. So you go from mission to mission in a predetermined order. There are a few little side missions that pop up that are optional if you want. You're kind of this future soldier. You've got this biometric suit, I guess it's called. If you look at the bottom right hand corner, you've got two bars there, a blue bar and a green bar. The blue bar is like your suit's power, and you've got two powers that you can use. The first one here on the left bumper button is to bring up armor, and you can see all the time that's active, the little blue bar in the corner is ticking down, but it reduces the damage that you take. And if you're on the right bumper button, it goes into this kind of like a predator cloak mode for stealthing, and the enemies can't see you when you're in this mode. But again, your suit energy ticks down when it depletes. You revert back to a scene state, and can be very slightly awkward if you're standing in front of a group of enemies trying to stealth them. On your weapon, if you hold down the minus button, you get these augments that you can add to your weapon. So like here, the top, you can press the X button, add a silencer to your gun. You can add a flashlight if you want to, tactical attachment, and the sights there at the bottom on the B button, iron sights or reflex sights. I always put the reflex sights on because they're like these really cool laser dot sights. I don't know why they're not on by default, but you might want to be putting those on as well for your weapons. So you can go into stealthing if you put the silencer on, and go into cloak mode. You can stealth your way into enemy camps and stuff, and take out the bad guys, or you can go in all guns blazing. I've got some grenades. So for this mission, let's check the map. We're heading towards a village. You can see there on the map on the right hand side. You can zoom in, but unfortunately you can't pan that map at all. So you kind of, if I zoom right in, I lose the objective. But there's the objective over to the right, the village. That's where we're heading. And then on the left hand side, we've got all the objectives that we need to do, and any optional side objectives that may be wanting to do. All the environments here, most of the environments, not all of them, most of them are destructible. So, for example, if you start shooting up this hut, it'd start collapsing in on itself, or if you chucked a grenade in there, it would all fall in on itself. Now, looks-wise, as I say, back in the day, this really did run PCs really hard, and was possibly the best-looking PC game around at the time. It looks nice enough on the Switch now. I mean, it's probably blowing people's minds that something that took so much processing power back in the day and graphical power is now running on basically a medium powered tablet. But there you go, that's the power of the Nintendo Switch for you. It's a pretty good port, actually. Runs at 30 frames a second most of the time. When things get crazy, it will drop. I'm kind of not deliberately pushing on, by the way, because there's a band of enemies up here that we'll get to in a second, just after we finish yakking about the game. But yeah, so it runs at 30 frames a second most of the time. When the gunfights get hectic, it does tend to stutter and drop a bit, which is a bit of a shame, but it's not the end of the world. Docked, it runs at 720 to 900, I believe, and then handheld 540 to 720 dynamically. I played it quite a bit handheld as well. It's nice enough handheld. Feels pretty cool to play. You might want to get a grip or something, because the first-person shooter games are a bit tricky in the grip, and this does use pretty much every button at some point or the other. So let's approach these enemies. We've got a vehicle here we can commandeer. Let's have a look at some vehicle gameplay. Jump in here. ZR to accelerate, ZL to brake, and the L bumper button to fire your gun. But there is some enemies just up here, so don't want to go too far. There's also the original game and multiplayer. There's no multiplayer in the Switch version, or I think any of the remastered versions. So we haven't really gone in stealth in here. We've gone in all guns blazing. I might get a bit busy with the grenades in a minute. What we might want to do is take that take that silencer off. We don't need that. Let's lob a grenade. Oh, don't want the fists. That's no good. Now, one thing this game does lack, and again, you've got to appreciate it's 13 years old, and that's it does lack a few quality of life improvements. Where's that gunshot coming from? There you go. Yeah, it does lack some quality of life stuff that you get in more modern games now, which is a bit of a shame. But again, understandable. Stuff like, well, like here, really, it's hard to point out some of the enemies. You don't really get enemy pointers, which is quite realistic. Some people might like that. But it can be quite annoying when you're getting fired upon and you're searching the tree lines and can't see anyone. A little bit annoying. There's just some other sort of old-fashioned kind of gameplay stuff as well. It's amazing to think that 13 years ago, when this came out, it sounds a long time ago, and in gameplay terms it is really, because it's like the story's pretty naff. It's like all sort of American Marines, all hoo-ha, and all sort of code names and very much America versus the world, and the story's not particularly great. It's got a few little twists in it that are quite interesting, but overall it's not the most compelling. But again, for its age, it was kind of all the rage back at the time.
You guys aren't going to believe this, but it sounds like General Richon Kyong is in charge of the whole operation. The guy behind that
Just listening to the chat here.
But why would he be here? I don't know, but watch your backs. These guys are hardcore.
Yes, America versus the world, or more specifically, America versus Korea. So you can see here that we went invisible and they can't see us. The AI generally isn't great on the enemies either. They will kind of easily lose you if you duck behind a rock. They will eventually give up and go like, where is he? Where's he gone? And wander off. Get some cracking ragdoll physics as well with some of the death animations are quite cool, quite amusing. You can fold people up if you shoot them in the right areas. Grab some ammo there. We're making our way up to the green dot on the map in the bottom left hand corner. If you're looking at the bottom left hand corner as well, there's a nice little sort of icon there. There's a sort of a hexagon icon. It sort of glows when you've been spotted, and then there's like a red bar as well. Oh, there's one up on the... Why have I switched guns? What's going on there? Back. Yeah, there's that red bar as you can see at the moment. That fills up. The more alert the enemy are, the more that red bar fills up. So let's duck into cloak mode. See if we can sneak past some of these enemies. The energy will tick down, but it also does build up pretty quickly. I don't think we're going to be able to get to the village from the beach here, which is a bit of a worry. We'll have to climb a mountain to get to the village where we're going. Can easily get swamped as well. I'm playing this on easy difficulty. Why have I lost my reflex sights? Yeah, sorry, you can get swamped pretty easily if you just sort of run headlong into a situation. So sort of stealthing around, checking the area out. You have got binoculars as well up on the D-pad. You've got these binoculars, so it does really help you scout out and find an area. You can see here. Got the village location pop up there. But yeah, I've been enjoying it, to be honest. I'm only a couple of hours in, so it's my first time with Crysis really properly. And it's sort of up there in that tier of first-person shooters on the Switch that tend to do well, like Bulletstorm. Same sort of price point for Bulletstorm, and a similarly good port. Then you've got sort of the bigger boys, the Dooms, and sort of the 2K games, the Borderlands, Bioshocks, that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, if you haven't played Crysis before, I'd probably recommend it at this price. If you've already played through it, you may be holding out for a sale, and I understand that. By the way, on the minimap in the bottom left, I don't think I said the yellow triangle there is an optional side mission, so we could have hot-footed it over there, but as it is, we've got this village to take down. So we're going to go in cloak mode, scout out the village, see if we can find any enemies. There's some ammo over there. That could come in handy. There's an enemy over there. What's this? Is that just going to tell us it's the village? That's just telling us it's the village. Okay. Let's make our way over there. We've got a silencer on. We can always try and sneak it in. So look at some of the other buttons. You go right on the D-pad to bring up your grenades. You can go down to get night vision. Left will switch your shooting mode from like burst to auto. So that's all the D-pad options. Usual options, ZL to do aim down sights, ZR to fire, and we've already spoken about L and R to do your suit mode. So it's pretty standard controls. It has got gyro aiming as well, should mention. Which there isn't any way of changing the sensitivity of it, which is a bit of a shame, but at least it's it's semi in there. So this is where the problem, energy critical. We're halfway across the lake, so we're going to get spotted if we're not careful. Energy builds up quite quickly. You can see bottom corner we're already back up to sort of 100%, so we can just duck back into stealth mode while we have a scout around these huts here, see what we can find. Doesn't seem to be anybody about, which is lucky. But as soon as we get spotted, we are toast, and we've been spotted. And we're toast. Wow, what was shooting us down? Like a tank or something. Oh, it looks like a mine, actually. Great, so we went into a minefield. That's not ideal. We know we're pretty safe here. Let's hot-foot it across the lake. It's nice water effects as well. I guess these are the universal signs for mines, aren't they? Those sort of cross things. So probably best we don't go over there again. I can hear voices. Let's quickly get into cloak mode. But yeah, as I said, I've been enjoying it. Leave me a comment if you've played this back in the day, and if you're going to be picking this one up on the eShop. It is out on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, although those versions have been delayed temporarily. Oh, there's someone. If we stick our armour on. As we go into the tree line here, we can go into cloak mode, and they kind of they will lose you. See what he likes if we lob a grenade in there. So you see there quite a bit of slowdown as stuff sort of collapses.
I'm inside the village, waiting confirmation of the target. No man, looks like the KP have set up an HQ in the town hall next to the school. We need to find them hostage. Recon the building for inside and contacts whereabouts.
Have a grenade. Have that. Boom. Let's get my armour on. This, in terms of length of time for the story mode, I think it's around about 20 hours, 15-20 hours. I don't think it's a particularly huge game. We're out of ammo. That's bad news. Thankfully, we've still got 100% health. So let's see what we can see if we can pick anything up. Hold down X, you get access to sort of a quick weapon selector. But we've got no ammo in any of our guns. That was a bit short-sighted. And we get fired on from every angle. So maybe a sad ending to this video. But what I'll probably do is wrap it up there actually, just to give you a quick overview really. And as I say, my recommendation, I think if you've not played Crysis before, I can probably recommend it at this price just about. If you have played it before, then maybe wait for a sale. But the port itself is solid, runs really nicely. Are you my side? Well, you give me a shotgun, that will do. And yeah, leave me a comment below, leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I will look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. There you go. See you later. And I will say goodbye. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.